This is a presentation of the Sports Source Digital Network, presented by Hearthside Bank.
What is the biggest key to Tennessee having a successful 2025 football season? We've got 5 of them that we are going to rank. I'm John Pennington. This is the Sports Source Digital Network. I'm joined by VFL Marlon Walls right there, by Jimmy Hyams right there. And these are our 5 categories, our 5 keys. Run game. And here's the deal. Here's what we're going to play. We're going to rank them from least important to most important. And the reality is they're all important. Yeah. I think they're
very important.
5 most important. But we're going to start with the least important. Work our way to the top in terms of if you could guarantee Tennessee would have success in this area, that's what's going to guarantee a good season. So first, run game. Heupel always runs for 200 yards a game, averages it just about every year. Without Dylan Sampson last year, you are not in the playoffs. So run game. Tempo. How much does he want to get back to the crazy hyperspeed tempo that all of us in the media and fans want him to get back to and think he needs to get back to? Does he want to get back to it? How important is it? Next, health. Man, there are question marks. You've watched our videos. You know the question marks. At receiver, offensive line, quarterback. Now what happens if somebody goes down? You got question mark. You got double question marks behind question marks. Health, very important. Takeaways on defense. Not only does it stop the other guy, keep them off the board, gives your offense short fields. Takeaways. And finally, big plays. I've mentioned this time and time again. 2022, you had 40 plays of 30 yards or more, passes. You had 18 under Milton. You had 15 under Nico. From 40 to 15 over 2 seasons. That is a drop. Yeah. So, Jimmy, I will start with you because Marlon begged off. He didn't want to start this one. So, we'll let you start. What is the least important of these 5 important keys to Tennessee having a good season?
The least important. That is hard because they're all important. I'm going to go hesitantly. I'm going to go with takeaways. I think that your defense can still be good even if you don't create a lot of takeaways. And I think Tennessee's defense is going to be really good. So I'm going to say takeaways is the least important on that list of 5.
Marlon, where would you go?
I would probably go, and again, this is a tough, you created a tough list this time. I would probably go, tempo. As crazy as it sounds, and I want to see the fact, I just think just based off our last couple of years, you got to have a run game, got to have health, you got to have defense step up and make plays, and then you miss big plays like crazy.
Yeah, least important. Well, that is tough. See, I think, personally, I would go way high with takeaways because I don't know how good your offense is going to be. Short fields would help. I'm going to go, least important for me, run game. Reason being, they always pretty much do well. You pointed out after the second year, their offense, this isn't a run game based on the offensive line. It's a run game based on they run it 1,000,000 times and the tempo. Now, if you're not doing the tempo, we'll see. Dylan Sampson was pretty special last year. But if you're running the tempo, if you do get back to tempo, a lot of those runs and a lot of that yardage is because the defense isn't in the right spot.
So and they get favorable numbers in the box, too.
Yeah, exactly. So I would go run game here. So we've got run game. You went, what was your least important?
Tempo.
And you went takeaways. Mm-hmm. So what are we going? Let's all agree on one. Oof. Least important?
I would say run game. We need the takeaways. I would say least important run game.
He agrees with me, not you.
So it's 2-1?
So we're both wrong.
Okay.
That's what you should have said there. All right. So run game, we'll put that as 5. Was that your number 1?
No.
I think we're all going to have the same number 1, but I may be wrong. All right.
I don't think we will.
Okay.
I know we won't.
Either.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know we won't.
What is the next most important thing, or least important thing? Okay. Marlon, I'll let you go. Well, you already said tempo.
Yeah, I already said tempo.
Stick with tempo.
I'm sticking with tempo.
Jimmy, next least important.
Well, takeaways. I mean,
Oh, you're going to keep going takeaways.
Well, I mean, it's
takeaways tempo.
Yeah. I mean, I would say on my ranking, I had fourth, the run game.
Okay,
So
so
we've
you were
laid-
down there anyway. Okay,
Yeah, we
well,
had
that's
it
good.
at fifth, so
Yeah.
I would say takeaways.
All right, so that means I have to choose between takeaways and tempo. Well, they made the playoff last year, and they weren't as fast-paced as they had been, as much as I thought they needed to be. Mm-hmm. They went to the Citrus Bowl the year before and won 9 games, and they weren't as tempo as I thought. Sorry, Jimmy. I'm going to go tempo. So
Both wrong.
are we all going to yield to Jimmy here and make takeaways number 3? Well, I didn't think Marlon would say takeaways as the defensive
Not
guy.
a defensive player.
I think you're going to need it because I don't have a lot of faith in your offense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going with takeaways. To me are much more important. But
Yeah.
I will yield and make that number 3 because you're going to go there again. Where are you on that? Will you yield or no? Or is it, if you really have a passion about it,
I was leaning towards.
if you had takeaways,
I was
way high,
leaning towards health because as number 3, just because I'm banking on that defense dragging us across the finish line, and takeaways is
too
definitely-
high for
yeah,
you.
That's a big deal. But if we go takeaways, we go takeaways. That's a tough list. That's a tough one.
Huh? Okay, so let's do
Takeaways or health.
takeaways or health because big plays needs to be still on there. Boy, that's tough.
See, I think health because we don't have a bunch of big star power guys. Anyways, I think
I don't know
they're
what your
gonna have
depth is. Yeah.
I think you're gonna be filling guys in all season long. Might even be at the quarterback spot.
Jimmy's going to have to do this whole show under protest
I'm used to that.
because I agree with Marlon. I'm going health. All right, so now, and you don't think we're going to have the same thing as number 1?
Oh, no. It's not even close.
Because my number 1 is the most important thing is big plays, and the second would be takeaways. Where are you? What's your?
What's next on my list?
Yeah,
On this
it would be
one?
takeaways.
Well, yeah,
is gone.
I mean,
yeah, so we are the same. Your big plays is number 1. Your most important.
No, it's not.
What is your most important?
Tempo.
Oh, it's already gone, and that was your number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let
and
you
I'll,
go.
ex- I'll explain it whenever you
Yes.
want me to.
Whenever
but
we're done with our nonsense, you want to come back and run it? That's good. Let's do that. All right. I had takeaways 2, big plays 1. Where are you? Or do you have takeaways defender?
Defensive guy, man. Defensive guy. I can see big plays being number 1. I can see takeaways being number 2.
Here's the thing. If Nico had hit 2 extra deep balls a game last year, it's a whole different season.
Different season.
We got a whole different look at everything. Everything. So to me, big plays can mask including the takeaways that I think you need. If this offense isn't great, but you hit a couple of deep balls because this guy's willing to fling it, and you got receivers who don't drop it this year,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think so. That would be me, and I'm
can see
going
that.
to outrank you. I'm
see
going to
that.
take it. All right, so we had this. How about that? Had him in a bar. So 5 run game, 4 tempo, 3 health, 2 takeaways, 1 big plays. Jimmy disagrees with all of it.
I do.
Give me your take.
All right, here's why I say tempo.
Yep.
There are 2 reasons why. Number 1, you offensively don't have you don't have great personnel. You have to do something to counter the defense. Mm-hmm. And the best way to counter that is to run an up-tempo offense and to try to wear them down, and also to get some matchup advantages if you go in tempo. You can't have the quarterback going up to the line of scrimmage ready to call a play, then looking to the sideline.
That's right.
If you go up tempo, like we saw in 2022, what Tennessee was able to do, even against Alabama when they scored 52 points, you're going to keep the defense off balance and you're going to wear them out. The other thing about up tempo is while you wear them out, you also have an advantage with your run game. So you're going to actually run the ball and be more efficient running the ball with up tempo. And what else does up tempo create? More big plays. So if you're running that, just like in 2022,
It trickles down to everything else.
exactly. You had 40-something big plays, as you mentioned. It certainly helped to have Jalen Hyatt, I get that,
Yeah.
and Cedric Tillman, and you don't have anybody of that ilk. But because you lack the talent, in my opinion, on offense, you've got to do something to counter it, and that's why I think tempo is the most important part of that.
And see, I knew you was gonna go there, and I
knew it.
I knew it. And so I'm gonna argue on that one.
Okay.
Here's the reason why I put tempo as last. You got a new quarterback. You're replacing 4 starters on the offensive line. You've got you got new running backs that really, you had Deshaun Bishop that played a lot, but the rest of those guys they're kind of new to the offense as well, as far as the amount of snaps they're gonna get. And then you got a receiving core where you only bringing back one guy that actually got some full, meaningful snaps last year. So what I see is I'm playing back into that defense, right? My defense is gonna carry me across the line. If we go tempo, there was a bunch of games we watched a couple years ago when we went tempo, and it was like 3 and out. Yeah. And that defense had to turn right back around and go back on the field and save the offense. That's okay when you got Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, those kind of cats, the running backs that we had, that stable
Jalen
running
Wright,
back. That's all good because they're experienced guys. They played a lot. This team is different because you have a brand new offensive. Really, you're scheming offense based off guys that hadn't played for you before. So if we go tempo, we get quick 3 and outs.
Yeah.
That puts our offense and our defense, both of them, in bad football positions.
What you're saying is they're not capable of going up tempo. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I've talked myself into that.
Yeah, that they're not capable of.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at the last 2 years, there's an argument to be made for that. That's one reason I didn't have tempo. I don't have it 5th, but I had it lower on the list because they haven't done it in 2 years, and I haven't heard Heupel preaching, we got to get more up tempo. We say it, fans say it. I haven't heard him say it. No. And Philip Montgomery, who's the offensive coordinator now at Virginia Tech, also ran the veer and shoot. He came out a couple of months ago and said, now it used to be when I was at Baylor, we wanted to run 100 plays. If we got 100 plays in the game, we got to win. Now we don't do that because defenses have caught on a little bit. Now it's more about when we go tempo. It's catching you off guard with the tempo. You go back last year before the Vanderbilt game, Clark Lee going into that game said, Josh Heupel's made changes this year. Now they're not trying to run it down your throat 100 miles an hour. They want to keep you off your feet. They want to keep you off balance with this, and they use it strategically. Heupel has talked about that. He mentioned media days, the fact that, the rules have changed a little bit. I don't know that they want to get back to that tempo. And I also have to factor in, and it's because you just said it, I hadn't put 2 and 2 together, maybe they've also figured out we're winning with defense. Let's not wreck the defense. And I think they've been smart about that. We talked about it a couple of years ago. Hey, if you're going to have to win with your defense, stop going for it on 4th down in your own side of the field. And they stopped. That's right. So has he also figured out, I can't gas out the defense. They're winning for me.
Well, here's the thing, too. You got to ask yourself, why have they not gone up tempo the last 2 years? Mm-hmm. And I think it's because
quarterback or
exactly. I think it's because you had a quarterback that could not make quick decisions. Yeah. Neither one of them could make quick decisions. I don't know if Aguilar can or not, but if he can, and you can get back to tempo, if you don't, I'll say this: if you don't go tempo this year, you're going to average 25 points a game in the SEC again. Because you don't have the personnel.
Then you'll be back in the playoffs.
And you won't be back in the playoffs. But that's why I think if they stick with what they did, their offense is going to be in the bottom half of the league again, and they're going to win no more than 8 games.
Go ahead. Nico was a 5-star quarterback, and he felt like he couldn't go tempo with that guy.
Who had been in the system
for a year. I'm going to go tempo with Joey Aguilar, who's been on campus for 3 months.
He didn't go tempo with Joe Milton, who'd been on campus for a year before. 2 years.
That's the reason why I put tempo. When I thought about it, I got to put that one last because I think if we do that, it's going to be a disaster, and we're going to hurt that defense like crazy.
Well, I'm not looking at it with.
Yeah, you're looking at it more as
you got the glass half empty.
Yeah,
if you had your druthers, if you were controlling this thing, you'd go tempo because you think that would cure the ills.
Well, in Hendon Hooker's first year when he ran tempo, they were pretty good. Now, they were great the next year.
Yeah.
He was so accurate compared to the Miltons and Nico.
And he was a quick decision maker.
Yeah.
That's why I think they got away from it. And then I think they realized that they could win by slowing it down because the defense was really good. But I think if you want to get better than 25 points a game in conference play, you got to do something different. And maybe there may be a disaster.
I would love to see him get back up tempo.
Yeah.
I just fear that.
You don't think they can?
I think we're talking about it a lot more than they're talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hear him.
Y'all aren't.
No, I have for months. We've been saying get back to up tempo. Today it's like, I know I don't have it ranked number 1.
Yeah.
That's true. But I do think it's, again, we talked about all 5 of these are vastly important.
Yeah.
These are probably the top 5 things. Tempo, I think if they could run it, it would be great. I just don't know that they intend to. And I just wonder, quarterback probably had a lot to do with it. Maybe everything. I don't think it had everything to do with it. I think it's probably defense was part of it.
Goalish.
That may be part of it too, that you no longer have Alex Golesh, and maybe he was quicker at calling those plays. Now,
He didn't play quarterback.
now everybody points out that the offensive coordinator calls plays, but as Kevin Simon likes to point out, Heupel's the one doing this for some reason. So maybe he's just yes, no. He doesn't want anybody to see it.
I will say this. I think Golich was great at game planning.
Yeah.
And I think he was great at finding the matchup. He was great at putting Hyatt and maybe Tillman stacked in a formation.
Finding your weakness.
And running.
And the motion. They would put
Yes.
Hyatt in that Alabama game.
Yeah.
He was in motion, just murdering the same guy every series.
Stroke of genius.
Yeah, now, that also goes back to another segment you and I did in here with Tyler Ivins, that game planning ahead of time. That led to a lot of your first quarters. Your first quarter has now dropped off. Those first quarter
has.
numbers have gone from 14 points a game in the SEC in their first year to 4 points a game in the SEC first quarter last year. That first quarter needs to be on this list too. Hit first.
And you know, one thing too, they actually moved the ball in the first quarter. I remember 3 turnovers.
They had Sampson had fumbles.
Yes, there were 3 turnovers on first
Florida,
possessions in
right?
the first quarter.
He had
which
another.
hurt them.
He had 2 back-to-back games.
Yes, he did.
So, Jimmy Hyams, Marlon Walls, I want you to tell us what's most important. Is it one of ours?
Tempo.
Is it run game, tempo, health, takeaways, big plays? What's most important? Is it something we didn't put on there? You tell us in the comments section, then do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Subscribe if you want more of it. Hit notify if you want to know when we post more of it. And check us out again here on the Sports Source Digital Network. Thank you.